Thank you very much. Cheers. Arriving at this place of wine and culture, in the middle of Syria. Actually, it's more south, but the differentiate. Forget about that. Anyway, we're here to find the Holy Grail, the Holy Grail. The cup of the saints. Everything that's wise and honest and true, and of course naturally the ultimate feminine, the sexiest of the sex, and all that goes along with it. We're here to really scramble these people. We're here to find out a descendant line, not just something that just happens or a place that's talked about, but an actual bloodline. This might be a little bit more ferocious than what we had in Paris, but we're planning to do our best, and I know this will be an adventure that will change the course of mankind, and we will finally have our answer, the answer that is questioning everybody, which is, where is she? Where is the remnants? Where did it last? Yeah. Well, we're here with Dr. Iram Edok. I'm not sure how he will describe his name, but we'll let him do that for you. We're here because he has created the strategy for finding out the descendants of Christ here in Syria. I'm not sure exactly how he did it, but I will ask him now. How was the situation in those days? What happened to the descendants after the crucifixion?
Well, the thing is, after the crucifixion, there was the price for flats and nasty rumors that prostitutes and ex-prostitutes were no longer allowed to use public lavatories, public toilets, drove a sufficient amount of young women, and also Mary Magdalene, to go to the south of France, where there was a brotherhood of sin, which originated from a town now named Sion, in Switzerland.
Switzerland, I like Switzerland.
To settle there. And this brotherhood of sin promised them candy and rubber ducks and a lifelong supply of toothbrushes also.
So they offered them quite a bit. But how can you be sure of that whole episode? What?
I didn't say that we can be sure of that. Yes, I didn't say that at all. Yes, I'm just in a line here with Ben Braun, yes, and most other historians. But above all, to make this theory more grabbable, a neighbor of mine had a very wet and wild dream, and he told this theory to my dog, which then, in accordance, arrayed its food, on my floor, stating exactly the same theory. Yes?
Well, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Could you just explain for the viewers what kind of name is Iram Edok? Where did it come from? Is there a meaning behind it?
No, personally, I really don't want to talk about this, but off the record, it originated in a very mystic triangle between Paderborn, Wuppertal and Wanne Eickel. Yes.
Wanne Eickel. Wanne Eickel. Well, historians, they did claim that Mary Magdalene had two sons, both of which, were very famous, but she had one daughter as well, Tamara, who, as you claim, you're probably going to describe it later, carries on the bloodline. What is the whole issue of it? What is myth? What is truth? I got so many questions. Please.
Well, slow down, my young apprentice. Yes, it is true. The female carried on the bloodline, yeah, and only within the female you have the true sang real. Yeah, so it is also true that Mary Magdalene and Jesus had two sons. Yeah?
Yeah.
But Jesus was constantly away and giving lectures. He didn't die on the cross as many people believe. Yeah? He didn't die on the cross. Mind you that.
Okay.
Yes? And he was giving lectures to his apostles, Luke and Paul, in the year 33 AD. Yes, on
Luke and
Crete.
Paul, yeah, right.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
and he then successfully died in the year 73 AD on Crete.
He died on Crete, but this is earth-shattering. This is really a phenomenal truth. How can you be sure of this?
Well, how can you be sure of the weather forecast and still it's real when the weather is changing?
But I wouldn't have to.
Well, but you should,
Why?
because you would have to.
But I don't.
You must.
I mustn't.
You could do.
You should answer a lot more questions. I mean, you might get paid for this interview.
That would be very kind, yes?
Okay, Dr. Edoch, according to the theories and the history, Mary Magdalene didn't stay in France. Is this correct?
Well, so you have read my secret dossiers, which I periodically issue on the internet. Yes. Thank you.
Yes, I have. Could you expound them a little bit further?
Well, after being mother to a child, Mary Magdalene went with the very self-centered centurion from Marseille to Flavia Solva here, and there she lived with him until she had to place him into a home for old people.
For old people,
Yes.
Okay, so you're stating that Mary Magdalene cheated on Christ. Was she still a prostitute?
Not so. She didn't cheat on him. Jesus Christ was never there. Yes, he was giving the seminars and all these things, and so there was no more. She didn't need him, so to say. Yes,
Yeah.
and one of her sons already became King Jesus II in Jerusalem, and the second became a famous card player and so on. And there was really nothing that held her in Marseille.
In Marseille. Well, according to Van Drown and other very famous historians, Mary Magdalene, after the birth of the descendant who she got from Christ, I'm not talking about the other descendants that came out of the marriage she had with her second husband, but I'm talking about the first one. the descendants that came out of Christ with her and him together, that they were protected by a certain magnet of high seen people and elite, or what you call it.
I don't really know what you're talking about. This is infamy. This is all lies. They had just a normal life here in Flavia Solva.
And you sure about that?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
So, you found the burial place of the self-centered centurion with its Mary Magdalene lived in Flavia Solva, haven't you?
Yeah, I have found the second partner of Mary Magdalene, at least his gravestone, for what we know.
What more proof do you need?
I need his. Where are his bones? Where's his body? Where's his remnants? Where?
His bones obviously have been removed and taken to the archaeological department.
Have the historians actually connected his lifespan with that of Mary Magdalene yet?
Obviously not. Otherwise it would be so shocking. It would rewrite history and everything we know.
So they just leave this here just as a simple plaything for children to play around and climb on top of. I have always loved playing, capture the flag. Is this usually a place where the children of this neighborhood play with capture the flag and stuff like that?
You bet you're sorry as it is.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that. Thank you very, very much. So we're here at the remnants of the Venus Temple in South Syria. We are sure now that Mary Magdalene was not buried in Flavia Solva, and that her life did go further. And seeing that this place is not very far from it, it's easy to deduct the reason why she had a connection to this. I mean, how does the story go further, please?
Well, after having this nightmare in Scapa Flow, when some burglars threatened to shampoo my dog to death, I came up with the certainty that here, in this place called Frauenberg, is
Frauenberg. That's women's mountain or something like that, right?
Yes, it is a sign. The name, the connection of the name, Frauenberg, Mary Magdalene, it all goes together. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
And then I was certain that she will be buried here.
How does the story go further then? How did her life look like with her descendants and with her kids and stuff?
Well, after bringing the centurions to Flavia Solva, where he lived and where he was brought into a old people's home of which he could not get out, then she went here and
the priests took care of her, didn't they?
Yeah, but she sat here with her puberty child, and she started to count the very spots on the very face of her child in the following sequence: 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13.
But that is absolutely amazing. That is the Fibonacci code.
Yes, it is the Fibonacci code. Yes,
it's incredible.
You got it.
Oh God, Well, tell us where is she lying right now? Because that is the point. We want to know. The world has a right to know where she is lying, where she is right now. We need to know.
No, I cannot tell you that. I am so old. You are young. You can do it. I dare not continue the search. Please, I must go.
Enoch! According to the information that we gathered in Flavia Solve, we have made it here to the capital city of Steiermark. Here in front of the mausoleum and the dome is where, if we have gathered our clues correctly and deducted them and all our information is correct, this is where we will find the clues for the descendant line of Christ. Surprisingly enough, Napoleon, while his stay here in Graz, had a sexual intimate relationship with one of the descendants of Christ, and that would be Tamara Christ. We're going to keep on searching, and according to the staff members, one of the lay members of the Catholic Church has agreed to introduce us to this dome, and we're very proud to have him on set, and we're looking forward to all the information he can fill in for us. Thank you. As far as the world knows, the Signor's life consists of honest and deep meditation, of unbloody flagellation, and one of extreme service in one of the most dedicated and serious churches in all of Steiermark. This is the Dome.
Welcome to the Dome.
Pleasure.
Within this dome of dedication and recess, countless inquirers have discovered the epitome of dedicated worship. Its dirty, musty old walls stink of hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of years of religious confusion. This confusion has, of course, in itself confused the Guillaumes, the cattle of life, in their search for what is truly holy, but in fact, what is truly valuable.
Would that be anything particular?
The bark of its intrigue has led me to the ultimate meaning of non-meaning.
So are you saying that the descendants of the Holy Blood lies here? Mary Magdalene, perhaps?
Mary Magdalene? You mean her descendants? Narrow-minded ones, you fools! In a Carimego!
We're in the shopping mall?
Your Latin is miserable. Oh, primitive ideas. How long must you lead people to the abyss of pernicious knowledge? How long must I suffer your immature breastfeeding? How long must I be the brunt, the scorn of the non-intellectual? How long must I crucify myself for the elite? For the elite, O rising sun of inspiration, lead these people from the fog of idealist concepts. Foolish idealist concepts.
We got it. We came all this way, and we finally made it. We got the next clue. Yes! Sir, you haven't answered our question.
I have! Napoleon knew. He carried it to the top of this city and crowned it with destruction, leaving only the shrapnel of truth. To find the ultimate answer, we have to leave this secular place.
Thank you. Well, here we are in Graz. It's winter. As you've seen, we've been at it for a very long time. We have had summer in Paris, we have had autumn in South Syria, and now we finally arrived in Graz, where all the clues lead us to. It is winter and it is fucking cold.
Scheiß kalt.
Do you want to talk about the weather, or do you want to find the grave?
But
Well,
windy
okay.
it is.
What is? I mean,
Indeed it is.
For introduction, this place here on top of Schlossberg, this is where Napoleon destroyed the keystones to this incredible fortress. He destroyed the culture that has been in this city for hundreds of years. But more importantly, he met up with a beautiful descendant, a descendant he had no idea of before, Tamara Christ. And it is here that he met her and that they consummated their love for each other. Thank you. Is this correct? Is this correct?
Indeed it is. Indeed. Indeed.
Indeed. Could you tell us a little bit more about where Mary Magdalene and this bloodline and her grave, and could you tell us just a little bit more, please?
If you look at the ancient symbolism surrounding this door,
Yeah.
hidden here by Hebraic, Egyptian, Gothic, Balsamic art, one can see clearly, quite clearly, the doorway that connects all ancient religions and the bloodline of Lord Jesus Christ, and brings us through Napoleon to the Sign Grail. This is the door, this is the answer. Do you like doors?
I never thought of that before.
Fool, you worm.
But
Turn off the camera, you fool!
I mean, come on. What's more? What's more? Is there more? So I mean, what is the point of the symbolism? I mean, where do we need
I've had
more?
enough. Shoot him, Bronte. Shoot him!
This is your grave, man! This will be your grave, you know!
There's a plane. There's a plane.
Ah!
So, tell me,